And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always serving you as your consumer advocate. We want to help you win in any marketplace. Our goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage so we can help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone because at some point you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline. You can call or text anytime, and we're going to make sure we get right back to you before our head hits the pillow. Save our hotline number and also bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. We're going to connect you with all of the best experts, and it's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Rick Nickerson making his debut. Bottomzupp, welcome in.
Glad to be here. You guys do a great job. I'm just glad to send our message out to the community, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, my pleasure. Absolutely looking forward to diving in deeper on what you guys do. It's awesome. Good stuff.
Thanks.
And Michael Morabito also back in studio. Welcome back in.
Hello. I wanted to pick up kind of where we left off on that last show with staging. You guys gave me some homework, and I came back with some stats.
Nice. Okay.
So.
Awesome. Coco Design Group here in Tampa Bay. Also, Dr. Doug Arvanitis, Pro Health. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Awesome, man. Yeah, serving South Tampa for a number of years and working with a lot of professional athletes and college athletes and, all those in between.
From all over the country.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Good stuff. So we're going to dive deeper in that to chiropractic health and how you can take care of your body here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I want to give a shout out to our restaurant partner. The Lucky Dill is our restaurant partner. They've got a deli. They've got a Brooklyn bakery, catering as well, banquets, and they are located right on Boy Scout Boulevard, 4606 West Boy Scout Boulevard, right here in Tampa Bay, just across the street from the International Plaza Mall. Also in Palm Harbor, beautiful Palm Harbor on US 19. The Lucky Dill Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. They've got a lot of great food, sandwiches, a huge menu, lots to offer here, desserts, just a really awesome time. I love getting the corned beef with the cabbage and the potatoes and carrots. So good. And they have special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Go in and let them know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and they're going to hook you up with a free water with lemon every time. They're going to take care of you over there. We got the connections. I told you about it. So we have our feel-good story of the day coming up, too. Cop leaves a $100 tip after a heartfelt note for a pregnant waitress. Interesting story in our Tell Me Something Good segment coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And I want to let you know about a couple of hot property listings that we've got, a couple of commercial assets. Let's start off with these commercial assets here on Clearwater Beach. This is Coronado, 207 Coronado Drive over on the beach. Number one beach in the world, and this is a great opportunity for a buyer, developer, businessman. Right across the street from the Wyndham Grand. It's adjacent to the Hyatt, and it's a beautiful opportunity right on beautiful Clearwater Beach. There's Pier 60 if you're watching our TV show. By the way, our TV show is now on Apple TV, Amazon TV, Roku, Sony TV, 85 other outlets that we've just expanded our reach. So we're real excited about that, doubling down and adding more into our reach here with the Consumer Quarterback Show. Real excited about that. So let's jump right into it. So Rick, tell us a little bit more. Give us a company story since this is your debut. Tell us how this thing start.
Well, it's a fantastic area. I just wanted to give you props on that area located right there. Grew up right there in the Tampa Bay area. We started a small company right in that community that your house is listed in. And we had an idea many years ago that we had a machine and a dream. Started off with our leader and owner, Dave Salmon.
Nice.
He bought a machine, sent me a picture, and said, "What do you think about this?" And that's kind of how it was born. But primarily what we do is we're a removal specialist. We come in, residential homes fit right into Coco and Michael's kind of demographic, and we come in and we remove floors.
Yeah.
If you've got something that's difficult, wood, tile, glue down carpet, anything like that, that's what we specialize in. And we do it cleaner, neater, faster, and better than anybody else in the community. We're proud of it.
Wow, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that's kind of the grunt work of the business.
Yeah, it's the dirty secret, and that's, we started the business a long time ago, 10 years ago, and we come from an installation background, and there was a need not being met. And it was always just, hey, what's your installation team gonna, they take care of it. I've got a guy, they take care of it. Well, those installers want to install. And the one thing that people need to primarily focus on is that it's the dirty, tough job that we make easy. We prepare slabs for installation. So we come in, and instead of taking a week and hammers and chisels, we come in with a ride-on stripper scraper machine. We come in with our dust control, our QPC, which we could talk about a little bit later, our triple play production method that we patented over 10 years of experience. We come into your home and we remove your floors and have it ready, clean, neat. Installer walks in and they love us.
Nice. Yeah, you got a nice clean website there as well. We just put up. So another example of entrepreneurship, right? I mean, you saw a need that wasn't being met. You said, hey, how can I fulfill that need? How can I fill that void? And you did it.
God bless America.
Yeah.
And, we live right here in the greatest community in the world. I really believe that. And we saw that need. And everybody, when we, barriers to entry, you always talk about barriers to entry and so forth. Well, we kind of carved our own niche. Dave saw our company's founder, he saw an idea and said, you know what? I am sick and tired of people being sick and tired of the process.
Yeah.
Let's go in. Let's create our own process, our own niche, and let's specialize in this, and let's make life easy for the consumer.
Yeah, that's
and that's
awesome.
That's basically how it all started.
So that machine, going back to that, he put the picture up here on the show. I don't know if you saw that, but so that machine that you basically, did you have to buy that from somewhere, or did you make that machine?
No, that machine is it started off in a commercial application, and we applied it to our own residential, and we decided we're going to take that machine, which is used to remove large platforms, 10,000, 20,000 feet, in large, applications in a commercial context. We're going to drive it inside the home. We're going to create our own way inside the home.
Okay.
And we're going to take 1,000 feet that would take a week or 2 or 3 weeks of hammering and chiseling and jackhammering, and we're going to drive it right off the floor in one day.
Wow.
We're in the morning. We're out in the afternoon.
That's awesome. If you just joined us, I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. We're talking with Rick Nickerson. He's with Bottomzupp here, locally founded business in Clearwater Beach area, I guess you said.
We're
founded.
Right there. We're in Safety Harbor, Florida. Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. Well, that's very cool. So, yeah, let's talk about your quality protections controller system.
Quality protection started with the idea that, people would come in a cloud of dust and remove your floor. All right, so Coco's she's gonna sell a product to her customer, and she's going to say, we're going to put in new wood floors. They walk in and they say, you know what? I can't stand these wood floors. Well, they're not as easy to remove as you think, and they got to go.
Right.
Well, I've got an installer. I've got a time frame. I've got schedules. I've got cabinet guys. I've got people that I want to tie in. How can I remove these floors in a timely manner and set it up for success for our customer? And by the way, they're living there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they're living in the home. Well, it used to be a week long in a cloud of dust, and we came in and we decided that we're going to have a QPC, a quality protection controller, on every single job. We're going to walk in,
nice,
and we're going to protect what's important to you. So we, our certified professionals walk in, we do estimates on every single job, and we ask our customers, what's important to you? I just got that kitchen redone, or my living room, I can't move my furniture. I'm older and I can't manipulate stuff around the house. How can you protect it? We build walls. We put plastic up. We have air scrubbers. We use vacuum systems. So we're going to come in and we're going to create the project specifically designed around you, the customer.
Nice.
And that's kind of how that whole thing was set up. We're going to protect everything in the house. So quality protection controller on every single job.
I could have used that a month ago. There was some original hardwood in one of my clients' house that she was living in, and it was all glued down, and it was impossible to get up.
Wow.
So it did create a disaster.
Yeah.
And it
was time consuming.
It sets we're the first part in the entire installation process, and we guarantee our work. We're going to come in, we can look at it and say, look, we're going to be a day or two, and the customer is at ease because they know that the floor is going to be ready for them. All right, we're going to be clean. We're going to be neat. We're licensed. We're certified, and we're good at what we do. And we only focus on removing floors. There isn't no other side business or anything. We're going to come in. We're going to remove that floor for you, and we're going to set the tone for a fairly fluid installation project.
Yeah, that's super awesome. And real estate, we were talking about it yesterday's show too. It's such a driver of the economy, real estate. And it leads into, a lot of different businesses that we talk about, even Michael's business when it comes to, design work and helping people, enjoy the space they live in. It's such a driver to the economy. And you're also doing commercial application and residential?
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
and it's a totally different vibe. Most commercial applications are, I've got an empty building or I've just purchased a property. We're doing one right now, 15,000 square feet facility for one of our YouTubers you were talking about previously. But a YouTuber just purchased a 25,000 square foot building, and it's just VCT, and it's one big wide open box room. Well,
Wow.
You don't need me to come in and protect the lamp and protect the kitchen and things like that. We're going to come in with a large platform, just like you see here, with 5 machines, a 20-man crew.
Wow.
And we're going to get it done in one day.
Wow,
And
that's awesome.
That's what 20 trucks, 20 machines, 55 employees brings you. Now, we didn't start there. It was a machine and a dream, but that's where we're at now.
And that's huge because it's cutting down your carrying costs. If somebody's going to flip a property, or if they just their time to go to market with their new restaurant or whatever they're looking to do, those are critical days right there.
You hit it right on the head. Time is money, and
Yes.
and I mean, we saw that early on.
Yeah.
Whenever you're in the middle, Michael can probably attest to this. Time is everything. When to our customer. And listen, if I can get it done in one day and save 2,
Sure.
I mean, it's money. And
Big
just think of not getting it done
Right.
in a timely manner. And
Absolutely.
what that does, it puts everybody off and creates stress. So time is money is what our whole ideology is.
Absolutely. Yep. Good stuff. All right. When we come back, more from our expert contributors. We're going to talk with Michael Morabito as well, Coco Design Group. Coming up, Dr. Doug Arvanitis as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Stay with us, and we'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by Trulieve on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We're helping you win in any marketplace. Looking for agents that may want to join our team as well. We're growing and expanding statewide, so we're really excited about that. We got a buyer-seller seminar coming up as well. Buyer-seller seminar coming up on the 28th, 6 to 8 p.m. Cox Media Group, 1025 The Bone Studio. We're hosting a buyer and seller seminar. So what you're going to learn there is tips and tricks to save time and money when it comes to buying and selling real estate, investing as well. We're going to have the Snoop Dogg in the house, A Snoop Inspections. We're going to have the credit magician, William Crowley, the credit man, and also learn how to get 100% financing that is it's also gifted. So it's 3.5% down payment that they're going to allow you at closing, but after you make 36 monthly payments on time, they're going to give you that money back. Think about that. That's $7,000 on a $200,000 purchase. Mutual of Omaha Mortgage is going to be talking about that program for first-time buyers. So buyer-seller seminar, all you have to do is register on eventbrite.com or on our website, consumerqb.com. This segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort. The official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is the Bilmar Beach Resort, filled with fantastic and generous amenities to make your vacation that much more special. The Bilmar Beach Resort has been one of the most sought-after destinations in the Tampa Bay area for years. And they've got 2 pools on site. They've got daily live music, awesome beach, what Clyde Smith calls a 2-beer beach. The general manager, Clyde Smith, he calls it a 2-beer beach to walk down all the way to the water. They've got Sloppy Joe's on site as well, the restaurant, awesome restaurant. So reach out to our hotel partner, Bilmar Beach Resort, over on beautiful Treasure Island. Let them know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives, and we'd love to hear your feedback on it. All right, so let's talk with Michael Morabito now, Coco Design Group. So what have you been up to?
Well, on the last show, we had talked about kind of like why should people want to stage their home? What do they get out of it? Mm-hmm. So we did some research, and in that book, Shift, by Gary Keller, he did a research study, and the statistics came to that a staged home sells in half the time of a non-staged home.
Wow.
And for 6.3% more than a non-staged home.
Yes.
So I feel like those are pretty good stats right there on
That's
why
awesome
you should.
Stats.
It's definitely
Absolutely.
a return for your money.
Absolutely. You look at the ROI on that, and especially, if the property's priced right as well, that really helps a lot. But yeah, because when people walk in, they don't want to look at whatever that particular person's style is. I never forget, I had this condo one time. It was like all red, like the 1980s looking red. It was like, she's like, and this house is already staged. I'm like, yeah, staged not to sell. I was like, whoa, but how do you tell somebody that, right? That's when I call you and have you tell them.
I've got a way with words when it comes to that.
Good. I bet you do. You've developed your own language.
My clients,
there.
like, once the more and more they get to know me, they're like, your face says it all. And it's like the most polite way, but just like.
Yeah. Because you're in the now. Like you're looking at what's hot now. What are the trends? What's going to be in style for a while? Those type scenarios.
Yeah. So with the staging, it basically, what's the goal of the seller? To sell quick and for more money. So definitely call us for staging. I was going to bring up some flooring trends, and I was going to ask you, you are strictly removal, right? Not non-installation?
Absolutely. We are 100% removal. Anybody that's installing floors is my customer, so why would I want to compete with them?
Cannibalize your own business.
No, you don't want to do that, but yes, strictly removal.
Okay.
Yep.
I was going to say, so with all the trends, it's really all different shapes. So it's not just regular tile floors that are either rectangular or square now. We're getting into the hex tiles and the herringbones and goodness, like any type of other shape. So this is actually my kitchen if you're watching the TV show where we just did hex tile, and that I was curious if I haven't seen it yet, but if installers are going to start kind of changing the pricing when it for these more intricate designs when they're laying them, because watching the guys lay these tiles, apparently they weren't all, they're supposed to be 8 inches and they weren't all perfect. So every single corner needs to line up correctly. And if this, he was using spacers. Well, because the tiles were a little bit off, the spacers weren't quite doing it.
Wow.
So he had to like sit there and eye everything and make sure every single
wow
thing lined up, because I'm also like,
Yeah.
it would have been crazy if
You want
not.
it right. You want it done right.
Yeah. So I'm just curious to see if in the future that's going to start changing a little bit, because it does take a lot more time than just
Right.
larger tiles that are just kind of boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
down.
So it's not only color scheme and color, traditional colors or textures. It's also the patterns that you're seeing now too.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw a lot of like Art Deco style tiles and like cement tile shop had. And now it's kind of just getting more creative with the shape and whether it's a subway tile and just creating the design in it with the herringbones and stuff like that. Another thing that is really important to take into account is the different ways to lay just a simple tile. So, there's staggered, there's 1/3 offset, which you can't really tell a huge difference until it's in your house and you're like, oh, I didn't think it would look like that
Right.
or something different. And the difference between them is depending on what tile you choose, like you can really see a pattern. So like the 1/3 offset creates a diagonal. And if the client's not aware of that, they might hate that. So just like when I'm trying to help a client choose what direction we're taking with overall design, whether it's modern, contemporary, or traditional, transitional, I always say, show me what you mean. I don't
Right.
ever take like terminology.
Good you did that. Yeah.
I'm always like, show me, don't tell me.
Yeah.
So then you make sure you're giving them exactly what they want and you don't have to go back and change anything.
Yeah, that's important. Those change orders add up. It costs a lot. You get restocking fees if you have to send product back. So it's gonna end
That
up
and
being
it's not, it's not necessarily on their end. It's just the delivery. It
Right.
could be my fault if I don't deliver it, wasn't upfront enough on this is the way that the design is going to look.
right. Yeah, because a lot of times it's hard to actually see, because you're picking out samples on a board or something. How's this going to look on, a 500 square foot room or 800 square foot room?
Yeah, so I'm very visual. I will buy 10 sample pieces of tile for the client and I won't lay it out. I'll get the installer to lay it. I'll be like, show them the different
Yeah.
the different ways to lay this tile. Are you good with it? We take pictures, we write a little note, and from there, then it's not my fault anymore.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. We're talking with Michael Morabito here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Coco Design Group, established interior design company located right here in Tampa, Florida. And the mission is to beautify any space on a budget. And we specialize in design projects, renovations, custom furniture. So, yeah, going back to what you had said, the staged home, the interior design look of a home, it makes it home, and it also makes it marketable.
Yes, we actually my partner and I just staged a home. It was on the market for about 5 days, got an offer not only for the home, but all the furniture that was in it, which was very cool for us.
Nice.
So it just really, it's great for us for business, just having the interior design background. And it works out for the potential buyer because if, they do move forward to buy all the furniture,
Yep.
they pretty much just got a free design
by
an
built in.
interior designer.
Yeah.
For just paying for the furniture.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that's neat. So you rolled that out. I remember you talking about you rolling that out with your business partner. And then also, I mentioned my wife, Lindsay, does feng shui. What exactly is feng shui and how do you incorporate that into design?
That would be a question for Lindsay.
Okay.
On the definition of everything. But for me, it's the way the room feels. And if it's calming and zen, and then when you bring her in, she knows more of what directions things face and what they bring in and the energies and more like that.
Right.
I'm more that this this is calming and this is the way, you want the room to feel. And then she knows all the like nitty gritty of it.
Right. Yeah. Where the energy bodies come
Yes.
from and those types of things. Yeah. It's interesting when you look at the different dynamics of real estate. I mean, how many different parts of real estate are there, right? And back to what I opened the show with, it's a driver of economy, huge driver of our economy, and so many different niche businesses like yourself that fit into that real estate category.
Yeah, and we were mainly residential, and we just took on 2 residents, not residents,
Commercial properties.
commercial properties.
Yeah.
Restaurants. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, restaurants. Nice.
So we're doing Cafe Paradiso. I don't know if anyone's been there, but it's off of McDill, and it is a little outdated. So they're just seeing all these new restaurants pop up and the design trends and all of that. So they're kind of wanting to get with the times.
Nice.
And then New York Pizza, my favorite pizza place. So I was very excited to get them as a client.
Cool.
They are rebranding and then restructuring all their restaurants as well.
Nice. Awesome. Very cool. So Coco Design Group right here based in South Tampa Bay. Michael Morabito, longtime friend of the program here, and more from our expert contributors coming up. Dr. Doug Arvanitis, Pro Health, going to talk about how he works with athletes and everyone in between. We also have our feel good story of the day. Cop leaves $100 tip and heartfelt note for pregnant waitress. Stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon, run, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by Trulieve on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping our consumers win in any marketplace. Published author, professional speaker. Check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. Kind of our prequel to the business that we rolled out with Ken Shamrock, the ultimate fighting legend, and also Des Woodruff as well, his business manager. So, yeah, we want you to check out that book. It's the Business Growth Celebrity Academy is the company that we launched, bgca.co, and how you can grow your celebrity and help you become a micro celebrity to build wealth, personal brand, and lots of other benefits related to starting your own show. All right, Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me. We've got Rick Nickerson coming up as well in our lightning round, and Dr. Doug Arvanitis as well here, Pro Health, a longtime chiropractor here in the Tampa Bay market and working with all the sports teams and lots of accolades to go, man. You got a lot of those accolades.
We do. We've been seeing athletes for 21 years throughout, athletes from all over the country. We have a few from outside the United States, but we do things just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Take a little different view of everybody, not only physically, but mentally.
Nice, yeah, because it is a mental game.
80%.
So much of it is mental. It's kind of like the Tony Robbins effect, when he comes in and works with clients. So you have some insights over these years to help people with that.
We do. So over the years, it started off as just doing the musculoskeletal injuries with the athletes, and then being a former athlete myself, I knew that mental game of it. So we started developing the sports psychology side of it, and we do that different. It's not what you learn out of a book. It's getting to know that person, finding out what their background is, and then finding out what may click with them to get them to do what they need to do.
That's right. Defensive back at OSU.
Ohio State. Yes.
Ohio State University. Defensive back at Florida State, or not Florida, about to say Florida State, USF back in the day. But yeah, so athletes, a lot of these lingering type injuries that happen. The torn ACLs that grow back and these things. What's your solution? I mean, each person can be individual, but treatment is going to definitely help.
Well, each individual is different, like you said. It all depends on a lot of different things. Depends on how they got treatment for that, how it happened. We look at everything from the biomechanics of that injury to, their nutrition, you name it, their mental state at this time, everything.
Yeah.
So, for example, I've got I was just talking with some of the guests earlier today about a 16-year-old soccer player. He's on the travel team for the United States, so an ACL group. And that's big time. That is the guys that are the best around. And he got involved in an injury playing soccer 6 months ago. And he went to their team chiropractor, and the team chiropractor says, you have a rotated pelvis. So his mom said, well, what do we do? Well, we're going to get him into physical therapy, and his glutes are no longer supporting him, aren't strong enough to support him. So now we need to do physical therapy on him. Okay, so over the next 6 months, that musculoskeletal injury never healed. He has not gone back to playing soccer. He's developed all kinds of digestive problems. He's been to all different specialists. He can't absorb his food. He's lost weight. There's all different issues that he's having now.
Wow.
So he got introduced to me. We brought him in the office. We listened to everything that's happened over the last 6 months. And I said to the mom, I go, does it make sense to you and everything that they've done so far? He has a misaligned pelvis, a rotated pelvis, and they just want to do physical therapy because his glutes aren't now strong enough to hold to this position that he's in. Instead of just fixing it, why don't we rotate that pelvis back to the natural state?
Right.
And she goes, well, that makes sense. I said, now, this is what my goal is. I'm going to look at him from head to toe. We're going to look at everything. Him being a soccer player, he's probably got bad ankles, knees, everything else. We're going to look at all that. We're going to put together, realign the entire structure of his body. Everywhere. Even not just his hip, but everywhere. Now, my hopes that's going to correct the musculoskeletal injury. And then on top of that, secondarily, hopefully that will now get the function of the digestion coming back. So we've worked on him one time. His mother called me last night, almost in tears.
Wow.
Because he's gaining weight in 3 days. He hasn't had the digestive issues. He's been absorbing his food. He's been out of the bathroom. He's spent the whole day in the bathroom for the past 6 months. And he went back to playing soccer, and he practiced. Now, he overdid it last night at soccer, but he's coming in today. But just in one time of trying to realign the entire structure, because the structure determines the function, now he's able to go back, and he's on his way to hopefully getting better.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's in over your career, I know you worked with a lot of these Chuck Liddells. I brought Ken Shamrock in to meet you. I don't think you worked on him.
Not yet, but I want to.
But yeah, so tell us some of the different types of scenarios playing out with some of these well-known people that you worked with.
Well, one of the best ones was Antonio Tarver. Now, I met him all the way back in 2002, 2003 when he was having his first fight against Roy Jones Jr.
Wow.
And that was the big rivalry because they're both in the Olympics. They both were top in their sport. And Antonio's trainer brought him to me on a Thursday. His name was Buddy McGurk, and he said he's having problems throwing his left. Now, Antonio's the southpaw, so he's the lefty, and he didn't have any snap to it. So I said, well, let's bring him in. Let's take a look at it. Let's see what we can do. So after working on him for about an hour, muscle tested everything. He felt strong. He felt good, and he went to that fight, and we all know what happened in that fight. Roy Jones Jr. has never been knocked down. And Antonio knocked him down in the second round. Not only did he knock him down, he knocked him through the ropes.
Wow.
Now, it was a split decision, which led to the second fight, which Antonio won. But Antonio called me after the fight, and he said, Doc, I felt strong. I felt great. Did you see that punch? How could you not see that punch? The only one who didn't see it was Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
So him and I have developed a great friendship over the years. I do lots of sports psychology with him. I actually have him see the fight, any one of his fights. Now, he's semi-retired. But I actually used to take him through a fight before he did the fight.
Right.
Round by round.
Yeah.
So he saw it. I'm doing that now with his son, who's an up-and-coming fighter. I believe he's 5-0 as a pro.
Nice.
And but I've worked with Antonio now for a long time. So that's one of the success stories that we've been working with. And it's that way with all of our athletes.
Wow.
We had another NFL player in today. He's had a left hip problem for quite some time now, and he's been through the rehab. He's been through everything. It's still killing him. As a matter of fact, he's had to drop weight just so that in the off season it's not killing him. So we looked at him head to toe, did the exact same thing, and he walked out of my office today just with a big smile on his face. He says, Doc, it's about 90% better. Now,
wow.
That doesn't mean it's going to be that way. He felt great walking out of the office. Now we need to get him to 100% and get him on a path that no matter what happens during that season, we'll be able to take care of it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're talking with Dr. Doug Arvanitis here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Pro Health, he's located right on Del Mabry, 512 South Del Mabry. And, with the athletes, is there a common theme that you see, like a common theme with athletes coming in?
Well, I would say the most common thing is they're not getting the care that they need to be. These are Ferraris. These are the best of the best, the elite athletes out there. And they don't always have the best trainers, the best orthopedics, best chiropractors, best support team around them working on them. Sometimes, and I won't say which organization it is, it's the doctors don't get paid. They get to use the name, I'm the Browns team chiropractor.
Right.
I'm this. And they get promotional material to use. They're not getting paid, so they're not using the best of the best. They're getting whoever will do it for free.
Right. Yeah, that's, you see that throughout business in different places. Some of these lead referral groups, it's like they refer certain people because of the reason. But if you look at, like, for example, if you let's pick on like a wealth advisor, someone who's supposed to invest money with a person, if they're not a fiduciary, if they're just working for a certain type of again, I got to be careful the words I say here, but it's a fiduciary, so it's kind of similar to, it reminds me in my mind here. All right, so we talked a lot about athletes. Let's talk about the common person. We got a lot of listeners out here on 1380 The Biz, 1025 The Bone, worldwide now on Apple TV, Amazon TV, Roku. What about the common layperson? The folks that are out there working hard. They got these. A lot of times it's the repetitive injuries, right? They're from the postural things and things.
It is. It's based upon their occupation and what they do. So I always find out exactly what they do in their occupation, how long they're doing it every day. Are they stretching? Number one thing I'm going to tell all of your listeners right now: the number one thing you can do at home, stretch.
Yeah.
Do a good balanced routine of stretching, and that will help you tremendously.
Yeah.
So we look at all those factors. Now, if we have our personal injury clientele, we have to look at other different factors. What was the mechanism of injury, so forth. Our weekend warriors, our active lifestyle patients. So we have to look at each one of them individually and find out their story to be able to help them.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You look at, the situations as well. We've had attorneys on the show. We work with a number of attorneys here, and things have changed too. The policies change, the laws change. If you get in a motor accident, I think you have up to like 14 days with that 14-day rule to seek treatment.
Right, and those changed about 6 years ago.
Yep.
And insurance companies did that to try. It's a for-profit business. Let's look at it that way. So they did that so that if you did not get in or seek medical attention within 14 days, they don't have to pay your claim anymore.
Right.
They don't have to.
Right.
If you don't do certain things, they don't have to pay your claim. They make it very difficult for the consumer, and we're paying them.
Right.
So, and most people don't know about this.
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's a challenge with the ways that laws change, and then a lot of times the way they're written. The way it's written. We talked about one yesterday with attorney Frank Miranda. Things that are in that dealing with the guardian. The guardianship of elders. There's some rules there that he was, talking about, and it's interesting. So that's why we set this show up. It's a consumer advocate. We want to be your number one consumer advocate. We want to connect you with the best professionals in all types of categories. We got over 80 show partners now with the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're bringing on CPAs, financial advisors, attorneys, all types of home related services, health and nutrition, doctors, and of course real estate team as well. So we want to help you as your number one consumer advocate. We want to make sure you connect with us online, consumerqb.com. That's our site. We're doing a lot of offers for rent versus own, CMAs if you want to know the value of your home. Lots of ways that we can help you. All you have to do is reach out to our consumer advocate hotline or on the website, consumerqb.com. So stay with us. When we come back, we're going to jump into our lightning round. We're going to hear more from Rick Nickerson as well, Bottomzupp, and Dr. Doug as well. And we have our feel-good story of the day. Cop leaves a $100 tip and a heartfelt note for a pregnant waitress. Stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by Trulieve on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. That's our number one goal. We want to help you as a consumer advocate. And the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Realty. I got a couple of hot listings here. This one's in South Tampa, 4613 South Matanzas Avenue. Local celebrity, former Buccaneer Ian Beckles. It's his house right here in South Tampa, 4613 South Matanzas Avenue. 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath. You also have a half bath. Listed at $700,000 for this property. Just a quick walk over to Bayshore to enjoy all that South Tampa has to offer. A beautiful split floor plan home with lots of privacy and a great community in gorgeous South Tampa, Florida here. This segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. It's Brothers Easy Moving, and they strive to be one of the very best Tampa Bay moving companies by exceeding your expectations, and they are among the best reviewed as well, including Google, where they hold a 4.6 rating, one of the highest in the Tampa Bay area. Also an A rating from the Better Business Bureau, A rating on Angie's List, and a 4.5% rating, 4.5 rating on Yelp. They've also won the Super Service Award multiple times. Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we're back here in studio helping you win. We got Rick Nickerson in the house, Bottomzupp, and we also have Dr. Doug Arvanitis here, Pro Health. Before we jump back into that, I want to get into our Feel Good segment here and tell you something positive.
Tell me something good.
All right, so a cop leaves a $100 tip and a heartfelt note for pregnant waitress. A New Jersey police officer left a $100 tip on an $8.75 check for a young waitress who's expecting her first child. Courtney English, who is 7 months pregnant, was waiting tables at the Lamppost Dinner in Clement, New Jersey, when an officer sat down for a salad and a glass of water. Courtney believes the officer overheard a conversation with another customer when she told him that it was her first baby and she would be out of work soon. It wasn't until the officer left the dinner that Courtney saw the tip and a note that read, "Enjoy your first, you will never forget it." And she was moved to tears by this random act of kindness. And English sent a photo of the receipt to her father, who posted it on social media and wrote the following note. My daughter is a waitress at a local diner. She is also 7 months pregnant and working still to save as much money as she can. This will be their first child, and she is so excited. She is always cheerful at work. She has lots of regulars, but this was not one of them. Yesterday, she was working a lunch shift when the police officer came in. It was pleasant, had his lunch, and left him by himself. Asked for the check. My daughter gave him his check and moved on to wait other tables. The officer went to the cashier, paid his bill, and left a note for my daughter, who works her butt off for this check, and left a $100 tip on a $9 ticket. The note simply said, "Enjoy your first, you will never forget it." So he left the note there. So pretty cool. Nice officer there.
Wow, chills. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Still
man.
good people in this world.
That's right. So we want to bring it out in our feel good segment there. All right, so let's jump into our lightning round here. We're gonna
lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning rounds.
top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Rick Nickerson.
Just first time on the show. I just want to, if you're purchasing a house out there, you're a realtor, if you're a retail outlet, just a regular Joe, and you're looking to get some work done for a family member. If you need a floor done, do it professionally.
Yeah.
Call my team at Bottomzupp. We're proud of what we do. We're good at what we do. There's nobody in the Tampa Bay area that does it better. We're cost effective. We're doing it the right way, and you won't be sad that you did. Give us a call. We'd love to do your project. We'd love to come out, give you a free estimate, 100% guarantee, 100% satisfaction guarantee. That's what I promise. And just give us a call, and we'll be there for you.
What's the website there, Rick?
www.bottomzupp.com. That's BOTTOMZUPP.com. Visit us. We'd like to. We take quotes online. You can give us a call, and we'll come out same day and give you a free estimate. You won't be upset that you called us. Thank you so much.
And all their contact information will be on our website as well, consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com. Dr. Doug, Pro Health.
Well, this is what I'm going to say is, especially if you have a child in sports, it's good to listen to what the trainers are saying or the doctors when they get originally injured. But if it doesn't sound right, don't be afraid to ask questions or get a second opinion.
That's right.
It doesn't hurt to get a second opinion.
That's right.
Team physicians aren't always the best that are out there. So make sure you take care of yourself and your children.
That's right. Yeah, get a second opinion. Tony Robbins, one of my mentors, he talks. I bring up a lot of his stories, but he said a doctor called him, alerted him on his vacation one time. You got a tumor in your brain. You've got to come back. We've got to have surgery right away. And, long story short, he investigated it, got second opinions, and no, he hasn't until this day got a surgery on his brain. So think about the different impact that one decision would make. And then, ask that doctor, how sure are you of this? What about a second opinion? And the doctor in that story got upset when he asked for a second opinion, and he wouldn't give him a recommendation for a second opinion. Oh, wow. So to me, that's just craziness, That's
lack of respect for your patient.
Yeah, exactly.
We're here for the benefit of the patient, mutually beneficial, and we work together. Like in my office, I have a great relationship with orthopedic doctors, neurologists, everybody, and I'm there for the patient.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Rick, you had mentioned you were a basketball player, golfer as well.
Absolutely. CrossFit, extraordinary. Yes, I absolutely. Health and fitness is my main thing.
So, one-sided athlete here, quarterback, and played baseball, and, I did wrestling and some other stuff. But, so I think that's a big part of it as well is the one-sided, how many times have I done this motion in my life? And if you're a baseball player, very similar. You got the most people are right-handed, so they're going to do the swing with the left hand forward. So a lot of people have that in their career, and I can see the dissymmetries in my body. I can feel it, when you look at it.
And that's when I tell not only my professional athletes, because that makes a huge difference for them, but also my active lifestyle patients. And as we were talking earlier about golf, as I said, if you are a right-handed golfer, in between your shots, take your club and swing left-handed. If you're a quarterback, throw the opposite arm. If you're a pitcher, all these things. Turn yourself from a one-sided athlete into a bi-sided or a two-sided athlete, and you avoid a lot of problems. You
Just
really
makes
do.
sense.
That's interesting. Yeah.
It's all about balance.
It feels so goofy when you do it, don't you?
Absolutely.
Try to throw a football left-handed.
Absolutely.
And you look kind of goofy too.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes sense, especially, when you're looking at this body that we have, this is the vehicle that takes us through this lifetime. And you got to take care of the body. You definitely do. Talk about the nutrition side. A lot of people, they don't understand the importance of alkalinity and how alkalinity affects the cells. We're eating this diet today that's very acidic. Sugar is converted directly into acid in the body. And people just plain simply, they don't eat enough greens and veggies and certain things. My one favorite easy veggie is avocado. I love avocado on everything.
Every day.
That's my wife.
Right?
That's my wife. She'll eat avocado on everything.
It's just such a good food.
And it's so important. Nutrition is so important. Most people don't understand that.
Right.
They really don't. And there's a lot of different theories and ideas, and everyone's got their opinion on it. But everybody's different again. So you have to find out what works for you.
Right. Yeah, find something. And that's what he said, it's all in moderation. It's all in moderation. If you love crab legs and lobster, just have a big salad with it, Offset it with a salad, set it up that way. What else you seeing, Rick? What else is good? What's happening out there?
Well, there's a lot of the economy's bouncing back right now, and I just think it's a great time to buy a home, renovate. You were talking about the remodel industry. Right here in Tampa Bay, you're talking about the greatest place in the entire world to live. We've got all these beaches. We've got 3 professional sports teams right here in the area.
Yep.
And people are moving in all the time. I mean, think about the rest of the country right now is it's under snow. It's snowing up north.
Yeah.
I mean, you get north and
Killer.
we're enjoying this. We're golfing on a Saturday, and on a Sunday. We're so blessed to be here.
Yep.
So people are active. They're moving down here. They're buying homes. When you're buying a home, purchase with the right things in mind. Find professionals that are good at what they do. Specifies.
Right.
And in my line of work, a lot of times people say to me, "I just wish I would have known about you." In the earlier segment, talking to Michael, she said, "God, I wish I would have known you 2 weeks ago." So we're trying to get our name out there. We're trying to let people know that we're here for you, and we come in and we care about you. Customer service is our number one priority. We created the business with you in mind. And we just want to come into your home and make your a tough process real easy for you. And we appreciate you having us out here today.
My pleasure. And the investor side of it too. Think about the ability now. They call it the Uberization. I've heard that term used a lot with different industries. But when you look at the Airbnb or the vacation rental by owner, these different sites, people can buy real estate, renovate it. Number one thing is the flooring.
That's
you go in
number
and you
one.
renovate the flooring.
It's the first thing you ask about.
Now you've got a gorgeous property. You're making more dollar per night. It's like a hotel room. When they do this, so you're charging $500 a night for places if they're in the right area. So that's it really is such a driver of the economy. It's a great place to live, work, and play. here in Tampa Bay, beautiful Tampa Bay. So I want to thank our expert contributors, Rick Nickerson. I almost said Richard, sorry.
That's all right.
Bottomzupp.
Thanks for having me, man.
Dr. Doug Arvanitis as well.
Always a pleasure being here.
Yes. And thanks to our listeners, our viewers out there, our executive team, our producers, putting everything together. We're really excited about our launch now on Apple TV, Amazon TV, Roku, Sony TV, 85 other outlets. We're just constantly adding value back to our show here, and how we can help you is lots of ways. ConsumerQB.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors there on our website. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. And, of course, the Consumer Quarterback Show page is out there as well. And we want to connect with you and help you live a better life and ultimately avoid a lot of the commission-based advice that's so prevalent out there and be your consumer advocate. That's our goal. So please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing. Carry it with you to and from your commute. Hand it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. Do something kind for one another. Lots of ways that you can spread the kindness out there. Donate blood, donate volunteer time. There's lots of ways you can get involved. So thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.